Hey, George.
Hi, Lilu. How's it going? I like your name. It's
Thank
cute.
you. Thank you.
Right.
Hey, it's good to finally meet you live over Skype. It's quite fun.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. Technology is amazing.
Yeah, because I first saw you, well, for the first time on because you're auditioning to have your own show on the OPrah Winfrey Network.
I know.
And since then, we've been chatting, so this is really cool.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is part of the whole thing, though. This is like part of what's making the whole process cool is coming across people who like-minded people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're
Meaning a lot.
excited about this opportunity?
I'm excited. I'm trying. A few weeks ago, I had to kind of step back a little bit and realize that life will go on after the contest.
Because
You know
you're
what I
so
mean?
into it?
I was like obsessed. I actually, it's funny because I don't know if you've experienced this, but I alienated a few people. People were like, dude, enough with
Really?
just, yeah, you know what? Because it was twice a day, three times a day. And, it was my thing. It wasn't their thing. It was my thing that I was trying to push. So I had to put myself in their shoes and say, you know what? It's important to me. That doesn't mean it's important to them. And just because they're not going as nuts as I am doesn't mean that they don't support me. They're just not as crazy as I am. You know what I mean?
So you want this bad?
I would love the opportunity, but for me, it's a win-win because I get to do it my own way,
Hmm.
grassroots, or I get a kickstart, which would be either way is tremendous. And how are you? Are you finding the process pretty cool?
Yeah, this is the best. This is I see it as part of the just it's a piece of the puzzle.
Yeah,
It's an experience. It's an awesome experience. So I'm looking forward to that. But tell me, what do you think about the voting situation right now? Because people are getting 7 million votes, 5 million votes.
I know it's unfortunate that people feel such pressure to perform that they're using methods that are maybe not so honest, but I understand it's just not, it wouldn't be the way I would do things. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to win. And to be honest, of course, when I first started, I knew that there was computer programs and voting slaves, and I could have outsourced the whole project to another country for, $2 an hour or whatever it was to just have people sit there and vote. But if I did win, I would know it would be tainted. And to maintain integrity, if you're going to do it for anything, don't do it for Oprah because her integrity has been maintained all the way back to when, people were orchestrating fights on their show for ratings. She just stayed steadfast and true to who she was. So
Yeah.
obviously she's not going to appreciate a dishonest approach.
You think really some people were dishonest?
Oh yeah, I mean it's been. I remember when I first started, and I know that you just got your video up, and you've been doing tremendous, by the way. Actually, when I saw that you didn't have it up yet, and you said you were going to put it up, I was like, why even bother? That was my feeling.
I know it was. I was quite shocked about that reaction from another contestant.
Because I was up the second day, and I just couldn't push forward. I couldn't push into the top five, and that was when I thought that was what it was all about. I was still a little bit focused on the destination rather than the journey. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I mean, I had thought about that, but when it comes down to it, even back then, 2 or 3 weeks ago, which seems like a lifetime ago, which is crazy, right? There was people with 300 views and 40,000 votes that obviously were not talk show material. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always been kind of like in the back of my head, and I just kept doing the best I could. I'm doing it more for stuff like this. This stuff has become the cooler part of it, rather than the votes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the votes, I think some people are focusing maybe a little bit too much on the votes. And unfortunately, and I don't think the producers had thought of that, but it's encouraging people to just, click, click, click and become robots at making their dream come true. And it's not about the votes, it's about, spreading the inspiration and not for us to just click, 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 click all day to make it happen. This is counterproductive to what this show is all about.
Of course, yeah. But for some people, and this is where I think that it became interesting, you got to really see people's motives. Like somebody, like my motives really were pure in that I
Are
want to.
pure, you're still in competition. Hey.
Oh, yeah. what they are pure, they were pure at the beginning, meaning that I wanted to, if I got this show, I would use it for nothing other than to bring positivity to the masses. You know what I mean? It's not about becoming famous. I don't get intoxicated by that kind of stuff. I'm okay financially, so I mean, it would be cool to have more always, but I'm satiated spiritually, emotionally, physically. I'm not hungry. I have friends, I have family, but it would just be a way to kind of make it bigger, obviously, as I'm sure you feel the same way, you know?
Now I feel big about this. Are you kidding me? This is a huge platform for change. This is big.
Huge, huge.
But it's cool because it really, I feel like personally, it reinforced me in the vision, and it's like it makes it tangible, and it makes it one step closer to the dream, at least to my dream, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it did make me refocus and redouble my efforts as far as um, like like a friend of mine was like, dude, if they told you got your show, like the contest is over, you're in, what would your show be about? Because when I went
That's a good question. That would be about time to think about it. Yeah.
yeah, and it's funny that you're driving down to Atlanta, right, to go to the open casting call.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's awesome, by the way. But anyway, I went to Laguna Niguel, and he said to me, because I had heard that you got 2 minutes for the open casting call, so I formulated a 2 minute to the word to the second pitch.
Oh,
Come to find out that it was much shorter once I got there, but
wow.
he made me really be concise, and I need that because I love to talk and I love to think and wax and wane and whatever. But I need to be more concise, especially in my direction, because as you know, as a co-creator, a universal energy type person, um, it's not necessarily how you're going to get there, but you do need to know exactly, almost exactly where you want to go. You know what I mean? Very specific goal in mind, not just I'd like to be happy. Okay, that's not.
Well, actually, I would not totally 100% agree, because if you do say that you want to be happy and ultimately really feel that way, and that's what you want, then there's some things that are going to make you happy that are going to come along.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it's important to have a vision, and it could be a large vision, but that's a start. At least if you have something that you want out there, I think that's a really cool start.
Uh huh.
If
So
you're
you.
claiming that you want happiness, that's awesome. And if you fully if you see that vision, and if you see yourself happy, visualize yourself happy, then there's going to be amazing things that are going to bring that happiness in manifestation. And then you're going to see what makes you happy. How can you know fully what's going to make you happy if you're not totally open to what happiness could look like?
Yeah, and I think I guess what I meant to say more is the conviction with which you do wish for that stuff. Because if you think,
Yeah.
man, I kind of want to be happy, but I don't think it's for me, or my life has been kind of tough so far, and you're
Yeah.
kind of a victimized type of person,
Mm.
which I have been and overcome, thank God, with a lot of help and a lot of work. And
Because I kind of understood from your audition video that you overcame quite a lot of addictions.
yeah, many. I mean, my addiction at the root is really quite a quite a simple creature, but it manifests itself in many different ways, whether it be alcohol and drugs, food, shopping, work, sexual addiction or love addiction. Those two are two totally separate things. Eating, not eating, it can rear its ugly head in many different ways. I've had it in I would say the big five, from relationships to food to spending money that I didn't have, to getting money and then spending it as soon as I got it, or
Mm-hmm.
being miserly and just hanging on. It was always extremes, and thankfully I've been able to strike a balance. But it's been a long, tough road, and every day is a constant check. But I'd rather be in check, or rather check myself, than be in check by life, which is what people, I think, feel like when they're not in touch or aware of who they are. They feel like they're constantly backed against the wall.
Well,
It's a tough.
congratulations for going beyond that.
Thank you.
It's
And
inspiring.
you're going down to Atlanta tonight.
Tomorrow, and it's about 10, 12 hours to drive down there.
Okay.
So I'm gonna sleep overnight, and then I'll probably go there at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. I don't want to be
Okay.
part of the first ones to go. And to be honest, I want to interview people while over there. I just love so much the thing that I'm taking my camera with me, and I want to interview as many contestants as possible.
Okay.
And then what I'm gonna say in 30 seconds or 2 minutes or more or less, for me, it's not really what matters, I think, and what they're really looking for. I more want to come from my heart when I do it and just be myself.
Yeah.
And just be really present in the moment to those few seconds that I have with them, and whether they like it or not. But I don't think it's so much in the content. It's more in the it factor, that you're posed and that you regardless of the chaos around, you're fully there 100% with the camera, and I think that's essential right there.
Definitely. If I could just give you a little bit of advice, if I could go to another open casting call, what I would tell you is exactly basically what you just said. Focus less on what you're actually saying and more on, like you said, being totally present and just keeping it cool, because I think that they see you.
Yeah.
You have a nice look. You look presentable, and whatever. And I was gonna say you're pretty. I don't know if that's cool though. But anyway,
thank you.
you have a nice look, and just be yourself and focus less on, because I tried to cram my 2-minute pitch.
That's what I heard. Yeah, from what you were saying. Yeah, you just wanted to get it out, but they have plenty of producers to bring your idea to a whole other level. Then it's a teamwork. So I think they're looking more at how you're gonna react in that moment with. Yeah, and I think there's going to be a lot of awesome people to meet too there. I really want to take my camera out.
I definitely would if I were you. I didn't have the foresight to do that. I was just worried about getting my bracelet, and I didn't know exactly how it was going to go. They've got it all figured out, though. Everything's going to be okay. I didn't think to tell myself that everything was going to be okay no matter what. I was like, get the bracelet, get the pitch out. Exactly. I was more focused on the result than the action, and that's not a good place for me to be in.
Did you have to drive far away, or?
No, turns out it was quite serendipitous. It was less than 10 minutes away from where I live.
Oh, wow.
And I just moved out here from New York, so.
How is that? That must be very different. You're in California now, huh?
I'm in California. Yeah, I grew up in New York. I live in California, and it's different, but it's different in a way that that I was ready for. I was ready for a change. The people are very similar. Obviously, water seeks its own level. You find what you put out there, but the weather's different, and people are a little bit more awake, I would say, out here.
Yeah, they're pioneers. That's what I love about California. They're really pioneers. It's really an inspiring state.
Yeah, but they're a little bit funnier in New York.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. There's high energy in New York. It's different. It's just different. Yeah.
Yeah, it is different, but it's cool. I like both. I like the fact that now I've planted roots in California, but I still have my roots in New York. They're just kind of transplanted right now. I'm trying to act like I'm staying here forever, but I could go at any minute. I'm trying to just be here. You know what I mean? Not back in New York or on to the next spot. I'm just trying to enjoy my life, which is really, I guess, the ultimate goal of any human being. You just want to be happy,
What I really get from you too is that you really want to help others. You want to help others in their path, because you seem to be a person that went through some difficulties in your life, and you want to be there for other people and share that and give that.
Yeah, I've always felt that, my life is my life, and I'm happy that it's turned out the way it's turned out. But if I could relay that, and just the message that I like to get to people is that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and what does makes you dead. So stop worrying. Like, everything is going to be okay. You know what I mean? And if you can laugh your way through it, I don't think there's any situation too grave that a little bit of humor can't bring levity to the situation. You know what I mean? And I've always been that for my family. So if I can be that for my family, and I can be that for other people, that's like my dream job, So we'll see if I get there. I'm just gonna keep doing like you do, the video blog.
You will get there. You will get there. Yeah. I know that.
I think the video blog is a great medium for people like you and me, and we just gonna keep going.
Exactly. Well, it
That's
was good chatting with you, and I hope we can do this soon again, and I'll post that on YouTube.
okay, cool. And I'll post it on my tube.
On YouTube. Excellent.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Good luck tomorrow or Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.